Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to DaveyJay today. I'm your host, DaveyJay, and today we are going to read some one-star movie reviews. Okay, so welcome to the show today. Like I said, we're going to read some one-star movie reviews on a website that most of you probably know if you're into movies, called IMDb. And now that's imdb.com. They have an app and everything, but you can find movie reviews. You can find... Oh, wait. Who's that actor and that actress? He was in that one movie. Which movie was he in? Oh, geez. He's my favorite actor. So you look it up. It's like an encyclopedia. So if you have a question or you're curious about a movie, usually you'll resort to IMDb to find the information. Another popular perk of IMDb's website is that they have user movie reviews, and these are hilarious. I was reading a few earlier, and I was thinking it would make a really good segment just to kind of read through a few. Some of these people are movie lovers. Other people just probably don't write a lot of reviews, but they wanted to stick it to this movie by writing a bad review or just telling them how terrible they thought the movie was by posting that on IMDb. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to read some of these 1 out of 10 star movie reviews. And I thought we would look up the movie Scream, because Scream is not only my all-time favorite horror movie, but when we were kids, we used to play tag on the playground. But my cousins and I, we'd get together and we'd play scream tag. Like, we'd have the mask and a plastic knife. I know it's a little sadistic and weird, a little macabre, right? But that's what we would do. We'd get together and we'd play scream tag. Whoever was wearing the mask was it. And so, yeah, we grew up with Scream. I really enjoy this movie. If I had to give it a review, I'd give it a very positive review, because it's well known that it really is one of the best screenplays of all time, in my opinion. And Kevin Williamson, Wes Craven, all the geniuses that got together to make this movie work so well. And I think it'd be fun to read some one-star reviews. So here we go. Let's read our first review. So this is a 1 out, and again, these are, some of them are a little old. This is from 99, but who cares how old they are? They're still hilarious, some of them. So let's read this one. This is 1 out of 10 stars. Jerbear2 says, "Did anyone buy the resolution to this plot? The motives were lame and the bloodshed senseless. Two obvious idiots running around unnoticed in bizarre get-ups, as if they had some sort of paranormal ability, killing at will, plot to the last victim. Actually more cliche than cliche. It requires a whole new world. A whole new word rather. But stab each other, this is their alibi, before killing her. Come on. Even my 6-year-old was scared until the end when she pronounced the whole thing stupid. I realized this movie was geared towards teenagers struggling with attention deficit disorder or a crack addiction, but even they must have some standards. The movie is on par in the horror genre that the Smokey and the Bandit movies are in the comedy genre. Scream 2 was funny enough to be almost enjoyable, plus they hired a couple professional actors." Oh, this is awesome. And guess what? 12 out of 35 people found that review was helpful.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
No, Billy!
So this is just an example of some of the funny reviews we're going to get into. So let's read another one, shall we? Here we go. We got 1 out of 10 stars for Unicorn 9, October 2000. Scream, yawn, more like. Instead of scream, yawn. I have to say I was seriously underwhelmed by this movie, though possibly more than I would otherwise have been had there not been so much hype about how wonderful it was. The first sequence with Drew Barrymore was very well done and would have made a good short film. But the whole "aren't I cool having all the other characters in my horror movie talk about horror movies" thing got very old very fast.
Anthony Perkins, Psycho.
It was a good idea, but overused to extremes. However, I was more put off by we're making a movie for teenagers, so we must make sure to explain everything very clearly so everyone knows exactly what's going on approach to the script. For the first half hour or so, it seemed like we'd get a couple of minutes of plot, then an exposition break as some character had to explain to some other character exactly why they disliked them or what their personal problems were or whatever. Dull. Okay, maybe they're referring to Sydney being like, yeah, I have this problem with, my mom was murdered. I don't know. Maybe not. Who knows? This is so oddly written. In the end, I gave up and watched the last half on fast forward. So that's who did it. Well, no. Shame. I really liked Wes Craven's first Nightmare on Elm Street movie, and the last half of The Last House on the Left is pretty much unforgettable. Then again, so is the appalling dialogue in the first half. I think I'll have to watch both of them again to remind myself that he could make good movies once. Ooh, a strong diss to Wes Craven. Here's a good quick one. This is 1 out of 10. This movie sucks is the title, and the username is murders-2. October 99. Good God, was that supposed to be scary or something? This is the perfect movie for your 14-year-old acne-infested, can't-get-laid MTV watching loser of a child. I'm sure they will like it. Maybe they can watch it after Dawson's or the new Seventh Heaven. Saved by the Bell. What a waste of videotape. 1 of 10. Unfortunately, 0 is not on the list. So he would have given it 0 out of 10.
Watch a few movies, take a few notes.
Let's check this one out really quick. 1 out of 10 stars. Excruciatingly bad. One of the most overhyped, boring horror films I have ever had the misfortune of seeing. What happened to Wes Craven, the director of Last House on the Left? Very good. And The Hills Have Eyes? Good. Just good for The Hills Have Eyes, apparently. From the rave reviews that Scream 2 has had, presumably from the same offenders who like Scream and who know nothing about what makes a good horror movie, will definitely not waste my time again. 1 out of 10. Here's a good quick one. 1 out of 10 stars. I've lost hope for horror. That's the title. By RockFan1, July 2000. That's what Scream does to the original fans of horror who thought a great horror film was coming soon. It smashes that hope with a hammer until nothing is left. David A. is not funny. Oh, David Arquette. He never has been, and he never will be. I don't know if he's playing like a quirky character as Deputy Dewey, but I don't know if he's supposed to be funny, but whatever. Nev has that sweet, innocent, hot look going, but she can't act her way out of a paper bag. Courtney Cox as well. She's Courtney Cox. Courtney Cox as well. She's Courtney Cox. I mean, you get it, right? Yeah, right. She's Courtney Cox. And that says enough about her ability as an actress. Ooh, ouch. Ooh, ouch, stab. The only bright side of this film, Henry Winkler. Fonzie. Hey. No, I just added that. 1 out of 10 stars. Wasn't scary. Wasn't stupid. And isn't worth $1.95. I think he meant to say was stupid and isn't worth $1.95. All right, great. This is pretty good so far. Oh, this is pretty good. August 2000. Pathetic. This movie is done by a once-was-a-good director, Wes Craven. This film is what I classify as a jack-in-the-box film. E.g., some jumps from behind a couch. You mean someone jumps from behind a couch and everyone in the cinema jumps. You people call this horror? Have you gone mad?
We all go a little mad sometimes.
This film is a thriller with an overdose of teeny bopper essence. You know what I'm talking about. Who's going out with who? He dumped her rubbish.
She has her own bubble butt boyfriend, Billy.
This type of film and others like it, urban legends, oh, I Know What You Did Last Summer, urban legend, are defeating the real horror genre. I hope somebody somewhere understands. You know, I've heard worse. There's been some, oh, this guy. Whew. This guy says, a cancer. Scream is a cancer. A cancer that has spread and infected nearly all those who watched it. A cancer that has killed the horror genre. The catch is that Scream in itself is not an awful film. It is actually quite good. Quite good? He gave it 1 out of 10 stars, but... The problem is not the film itself. It is the way that people have embraced it. Jaded horror fans who have OD'd on lousy horror movies have been so refreshed and blinded by this movie that they have proclaimed it as the new king, the greatest horror movie ever. In a word, bullshit. Anyone who says this needs shooting... Wait. Anyone who says this needs shooting... Whatever. Scream is not even in the top 100 greatest horror movies. Even the director, Wes Craven, has made several superior movies. In my view, a good comic horror, dark comedy, should not attain glory by ridiculing real horror classics like this film ends up doing. I think it honors these horror classics. I don't think it's ridiculing anything.
You like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Now, all horror movies are just blatant imitations of this. He's got a point. Yeah, a lot of the horror movies that came after Scream blatantly tried to copy Scream, and you found that with Psycho, and then you found that with Halloween, you know, the Friday the 13th, which is a blatant ripoff of Halloween. Imitations of this, parodies of a parody, no thanks. On its own merits, Scream is a good film, but in terms of the effect it has had, it is the worst thing ever to have happened to horror. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Dawn of the Dead, and the Italian shockers of directors such as Fulci and Argento are classic horror movies. Good point. Scream should never be included in the same league. Woo, we got a passionate one there. He calls it a cancer. He's like, this is a cancer, but it's a good movie. I just don't like the way it talks about other horror movies. No, fair enough. And there you have it. Those are some really funny 1-star reviews on IMDb for the movie Scream 1996. Again, Scream is one of my favorite movies, so I really don't feel this way, but I can have a sense of humor about people who are really passionate about disliking certain movies, and to me, it's really funny. So I'm glad you joined me today, and we got the opportunity to go over some of these hilarious 1-star reviews. Let me know in the comments, did you like this segment? Maybe if you did, we could do another movie or another couple of movies down the line. If you really dig my style, go ahead and subscribe, like, and share some of my content. I'd really appreciate it. And that's pretty much all I have to say. I've said my piece. Now it's time to hear yours.